Sagittarius, I feel like there's a lot to be excited for, a lot to celebrate. And the overall theme that kept coming through is like, yes, 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 more, more, more in many ways. So that's just something I want you to keep in your back pocket, that if there's an opportunity to say yes, and I don't normally even give this advice, to be honest, if it doesn't, if you don't have the energy, or maybe if it doesn't feel as aligned, but it's almost like the universe is like, there's just gonna be so much, and it's just like by saying yes, you're gonna be putting yourself in the right place at the right time. It's kind of like when Carrie first met Mr. Big and always like would bump into him throughout her life. It's kind of like, oh, you're just gonna keep bumping into people when you're meant to by putting yourself out there. And I mean, most Sagittarians are usually pretty extroverted, pretty outgoing, but this really seems like the time where putting yourself out there, and like always too, like looking good, feeling confident, feeling sexy, these are all things that are going to attract that energy in return tenfold. And I think that a lot of you too, even just with the first couple cards, it's like you feel finally grounded or stable, or it's like you're in a right place where you're really ready to welcome in so much more. Four of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Cups. These are phenomenal cards. And that was one thing I wanted to tie in as well, kind of like as a caveat in terms of like saying yes, feeling good, making sure that your home life is settled and that you have those good structures in play, that we're getting all the nutrition that we need, that our roommates are in check, or maybe we're wanting to even get our own place or to invest in real estate or renovating or just allowing our environment to match how we feel. Potentially for some of you as well, in typical Sagittarius fashion, that you might also be having multiple homes or just traveling more to experience other types of homes or other dwelling places because of just all of the imminent expansion and love that you are attracting. Also too, just astrologically speaking, this makes a lot of sense, especially if you're a Sagittarius rising. That means that Aries rules your fifth whole sign house, where you find passion, intimacy, sex, adventure, sport, and children. So if we're having fun and we want to avoid getting pregnant, just making sure that we're mindful of that. Mars moves into Aries, its home sign, on the 24th of May, and Jupiter is also in Aries until the end of October of this year. So having Mars and Jupiter in your fifth house, I think you're gonna be a hot commodity. And that's the thing too. Saying yes to things that are on your level, saying yes to things that are aligned. You're not just gonna say yes to everyone that comes knocking at your door. That doesn't make any sense. But things that are maybe push you outside of your comfort zone, or things that you know you've been meaning to invest into, but maybe for whatever reason have been holding back. That investment doesn't have to be money related or with regards to career necessarily, but it does have to do with time, energy, and money. In regards to, is the money that you're using and investing actually serving you and helping to expand, or is it just going towards all fun things? I think all of you are going to know where that new energy or new investment is going into. And this, I mean, since we have the Four of Wands and we also have the Page, there could be this energy of investing into children or investing into things that make us feel like a child, of having fun. I do think more so with the Page of Pentacles, it's more studious and more grounded in terms of, where do I want to put my money moving forward? Who do I want to move these monies around with? Is, I think, a big notion here, right? Of like, who do you want to grow this stable foundation with? Because remember, the South Node moved through Sagittarius between May 5th of 2020 until January 19th of 2022. So y'all have been going through it. And I think that having this grounding, stable energy, having Mars and Jupiter in Aries, finally, that's going to be moving things very quickly. We just want to make sure that when we're saying yes to all these abundant opportunities, that we ourselves are very grounded and structured and resolved, and we're not just making half-hearted decisions or decisions based on old paradigms and beliefs, okay? So even maybe taking the beginning of Gemini season just to get grounded and structured on what you want, to know that it's going to keep going more. And this is also too, it's like the better it gets, the more fun you have, the more fun you're going to attract. Don't leave a good time for the promise of another good time. It's like, no, if the party is in your backyard, we don't need to go anywhere. We can just go and enjoy it and know that more energy is going to flow through. Because it's interesting too here, Sagittarius, Page of Pentacles, Two of Swords, King of Pentacles. So I feel like if there's any doubt or reservations or hesitation, making sure that it's just in alignment. And the only kind of bad decision with the Two of Swords is not making a decision. And so with the King of Pentacles coming in here as well, it might also be a bigger investment of time, energy, and money than you're used to. It's like, oh, that's maybe a little bit outside of my budget, especially let's say if we're talking about real estate or wanting to get your own place or wanting to renovate, but you know that it's going to put you in a more of like a boss or successful or powerful position, knowing that when you push yourself a little bit outside that comfort zone, you're now going to be calling in more energy because you're now exerting more, you're taking a more energetic space, and you're going to be welcoming in more powerful people and positions into your life, okay? So let's see what else is kind of coming through. I mean, so far, so good. Just don't hold back on investments of time, energy, and money that are going to serve you and are going to put you in positions. This can also even put you in positions of opportunity, is how I was going to end that sentence. But with the King of Pentacles there as well, could also be investing into a really luxury gym or into a better, let's say you're going to go and get nicer groceries for your health, or a really nice meditation spot where you buy a monthly membership. Whatever that is, I want you to see if there's one area of your life where you can be in a higher frequency or be around people where your effervescence and your charm and your personality and your gregariousness is rewarded. And so kind of like I said, it's like you bump into the right people at the right time. And this isn't being frivolous with your money, of course, but it is being wise, especially with regards to the home. If there's something that you have been wanting to invest into, let's say maybe a new work desk or better appliances for cooking or whatever that is, or maybe I think for some of you too, it's like major renovations because you're about to sell and you want to now be ready to call in more money for you and your family. I think that's, especially with like Ace of Cups and Wheel of Fortune there, yeah, it's kind of like big risk, big reward. And not even really risk in a bad sense, just like there's going to be a lot for you to choose from, just kind of a cornucopia of blessings. And you are just going to have that discernment of which one brings you the greatest amount of joy or which one has the potential for the most amount of pleasure, and go with that. Okay? It's going to be happening really quick, Sagittarius. I just kind of feel like my heart's like do. So I don't think you're going to have to wait that long. And once you say yes, it'll just come crashing in. So again, be careful what we wish for, be careful how we use our words and who we are around, because we don't want to just be hanging out with the same crew if they're not in support of where we wish to go. Okay? Good. 3 more cards, please, for Sagittarius. Whoa. Okay, next one. Ooh, okay, good. I keep seeing the number 9 as well. So 9, numerology, abundance, blessings, wrapping up of cycles. Yeah. 3 of Wands. This was interesting too, because that was actually the card on the bottom of the deck after these first 6 cards. So this also is kind of with my theory of traveling, expansion. That's a very big energy with the 3 of Wands, maybe overseas adventures or travel. But also too, with that 3 of Wands, there's an energy of getting even more clear on what you want, right? So we have the grounding, we have the stability, we have lots of energy, opportunity, and love coming in. What do you want though? What is the exact vision? Maybe the exact feeling that we're wanting to call in. That can just be, if you haven't had time to do so yet, writing it all down, writing as if it's already happened with regards to your health, relationships, love, career, everything, of just writing that story, literally writing your life story as if it's already happened, so we can start attracting, whoa, boom, all the right people to make that happen. And that was interesting too, that I picked that up and it came reverse. I just don't want you to be around people that are like false prophets or are talking a big game. Continually trust your intuition, right? So that's what I'm kind of thinking as well. There's going to be a lot of people knocking at your door. So saying yes to the right people, the right investments. And that can even maybe be why this kind of came up as well, where there's maybe a little bit of hesitation on where you want to invest that time, energy, and money, because there's just going to be so much. And I think that people are also going to be seeing that you're a hot commodity or very desirable. So a lot of people want to be around that, and they may just talk a big game. In many ways, when people talk a big game and you're just like, you did not deliver, child. Like, that is not what I wanted. So we're only picking the real kings, not those who have an overinflated ego. These just all fell out. They seem very aligned. 2 of Cups. Temperance. Ten of Wands, Queen of Cups. What do we just talk about? The right types of relationships. Love being a hot commodity. Temperance is a card for Sagittarius. Very strong activation. I think for those looking for love, it's going to come a knocking. Lovers, expansion, equality too, right? People that you want to connect with. And we've said that in many different ways, whether it's for business, opportunity, love, friendship, making sure that they're at your level because you've worked so hard to maintain that stability, that groundedness, what you've worked so hard for during that South Node in Sagittarius transit. And again, where did the Ten of Cups or Ten of Wands go? You've worked so hard, right? And so as we were talking about, it might seem like it's overwhelming or all at once. So I think the Queen of Cups is here to remind us that we need to fill up our own cup first, that we're going to be moving a lot of energy and it'll be easy to potentially burn out or keep pouring our energy into so many different facets of our lives. So just be aware of that as all the love and blessings come in, to make sure that you're taken care of first. This is the very first card, right? The Four of Wands, that we are grounded in what we need, structures to support ourselves for everything that's coming in, which is a lot of good things. And even the balance energy of temperance, of the physical and the metaphysical world, to make sure that we are in alignment with what is good. And I think that also came through with the relationship aspect, right? The Two of Cups, that we're only connecting with energies, with people that are going to bring us to a state of also too where we feel like they're pouring back into us. It's not always just us spreading our benevolence, intelligence, love, and prosperity, that they're also pouring back in as well. Okay? So that is our general reading for this Gemini season. If this reading resonated and you want to say thank you with a tip or a donation, it's always appreciated. I'll put the link to our PayPal in the description of this video. Also, if you want to book in for a one-on-one reading to dive into this even further, our availability is now updated for May and June on our website. Please note that after June 18th, our books are going to be closed, most likely until Virgo season. I have some other projects that I'm going to be tending to over the summer. But if you are also looking for greater accountability or one-on-one coaching, we now have one more spot on our roster available. So if that is of interest to you, please let me know. You could send us a message through the Contact Us page on our website, and we can go from there, okay? Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful, abundant, spicy Gemini season, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.